My PC's froze. Okay, there we go. Drivecast 85. Horizon 3.
日本でアップセンダイナー CJ オーガニズムです。Do not know Seaway Speedway is. これそのないね彼する。Do.
So, for those who are watching, this is only going up on my channel, so I'm just going to say it right now. This is the view that you're going to get. Because essentially, if I leave right now, Jay's face takes up the whole screen and I can't use my border. So you're going to have, like, camception right now.
Let's not act like that wouldn't be amazing.
Well, like, come on. All I'm saying is if someone walks into my room, you're going to go see them, and that'll be great. And then they'll be on the internet forever, and they're not going to enjoy that, and I'm not fucking editing this. People think I render Drivecast. What the fuck? Like, do I look like I've got time to render Drivecast?
A lot of people do render their podcasts, though.
I'm too lazy for that. I ain't got time for that. I struggle to even get Mixcloud and let alone fucking render this shit out. So, I just want to say, I probably recorded videos in this room at this point. This is the first video I've recorded in my uni room. So for those who are watching, maybe you only watch Drivecast on the channel or some shit, this is why everything's different. And also, these walls are paper thin. I was talking to this about Jay earlier on. These walls are paper thin. So if I start going, fuck me, and like people start like getting really confused, that's why. I'm going to clear it up tomorrow morning.
You should definitely do that. You should definitely do that. That would be absolutely hilarious.
Well,
next morning people are like, so
in all fairness, earlier on I did start singing like full on to my outro song, because like, and obviously that's a song that no one's gonna know fucking all yours, like no one's gonna think about it. And I was going for it. I was like, if it's I you want me, and I was going in, and I think everyone heard, but it's fine. And I want everyone to know that this is why. So yeah, I may or may not have to be quite quiet. It's midnight and the walls are paper thin. But anyway, we're recording this on the Wednesday, and obviously Forza comes out on Ultimate Edition on Friday. Some YouTubers have got it early, I don't know how. Fucking YouTubers that don't even upload, and people who are below 2k. There was one guy who's below 2k and he got a copy. Because someone tweeted me
like
with that.
I said, it's about who you know nowadays, really. It's not about what you do, it's about who you know. They obviously have some sort of ties with people. But
regardless, they've got their foot in with Forza. And us niggas, we chilling right now. We haven't got shit. We haven't literally not got shit.
My Xbox hasn't turned on today.
Mine's been downloading Forza all day, preloading it. That's all why it's happened. I'm really disappointed because I genuinely thought at least one of us was going to get an early copy, but that's not the case. That's a bit disappointing, really. But like,
we must suck as YouTubers. We suck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
We should also talk about the elephant in the room. Why the fuck CJ?
I don't like them, so I just told them.
Essentially, they were like, you know what, we don't like Forza anymore. We're gonna go to Ghost and test the new Need for Speed, and we're just gonna leave you here, basically. So like,
yeah,
okay.
they basically went mad because we were talking about Forza. They were having none of it, and they left.
Like, you know what, we don't like that game. We just don't want to talk about it anymore. CJ obviously went back to play Hop Shoot 2, and then Nina just went back to, fucking making Chinese food and whatever he does. I don't know what he does.
God.
He genuinely gets annoyed by that,
I know, that's why I had to spend.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault he's Chinese.
Oriental boy is just sounds boy.
Anyway, Forza Horizon 3. So yeah, like I said, the Ultimate Edition comes out on Friday, but we're recording this beforehand. Now I've had a chance to play it, and I feel like the only reason I went to that event was because I knew Theo. That was the only reason I had to go to that event, was because I talked to Theo. But I have played a bit of it, so I can kind of talk about my experience. I feel like it was kind of hard before, but I'm having reflected on it now and having actually played the demo for a very long time, we can expand on that. First things first, though, and I want to talk about this specifically. Why the fuck have Ferrari got a fucking Liberty Walk kit in the game?
Because Dan Greenwald, he went over to the Ferrari headquarters in Italy, and he just went, "Hey, let me jerk that." Just gave a hand job and straight.
How have they done it? Like, Need for Speed didn't even get the option to change rims.
It's obviously to do with the type of game it is, really. I think because Need for Speed had such a gritty theme to it. I just think Ferrari were being like, we don't want that cars in this game. We can have this So I don't know what accent that was, by the way. I was trying to be Italian, it might have fucked up. Oh, we don't want the bon. No, that's French. Sorry. I probably offended many people. I apologize. I'm black. So
Fucking.
I feel like
innocent.
because it was Need for Speed, they just stuck their nose up to it. Forza is obviously a much brighter game, a much more bubbly, hey, yes, fantasy type game, whereas Need for Speed is kind of
like
more,
I think in the reviews they've been saying it's a game for everyone.
yeah.
I feel like, and that made me think about it. It was like, yeah, it's a game for everyone. So Need for Speed, really, on the other side, they should go on the complete opposite way and go edgy and go illegal, proper illegal.
They could do that, but I don't know. I was having a conversation with someone about this. But you see, if they were to go full on hardcore, like edgy, like hip, and started, having cursing and all that stuff, and
I mean, they fucking use the middle. They use the middle fingers and shit.
Well, if they bump it up to a mature, would that stunt sales?
I mean, you can still have it as like a 12 or like a 7.
No, 12. Here.
What was the latest one?
Wasn't it a 3?
It was definitely not a 3. They said shit, because I remember they said shit in it, and they give her a middle finger, and she started talking about fucking getting a pussy licked at one point.
What? No, she wasn't.
No, but there was definitely like there was there was definitely times that was really sexual.
Trying to find the age rate. Don't you have the case?
No, I got to give in like a thing.
12.
It's a 12. So they're already there, really. Like there's a bit of leeway for a 12.
Yeah.
There's
another reason why they may have not got licensing from Audi and Ferrari. Well, like more licensing from Ferrari, because it's rated a 12 and it's probably rated teen in America, I'm guessing. Yeah. So, and Forza's a 3.
Yeah.
Which is everyone. So
still, like, customization, it's more of a case of like you're in the game already. So why don't you want, like, you're in the game?
I think they were just being difficult. I reckon they had them on, whatever, email, phone, whatever, however they do it, and they were just being awkward.
But regardless, Horizon 3's wide bodies. Okay, now this is the thing with Horizon 3's customization. It's got a lot of wide bodies, but in terms of customization, that, like, besides the bumpers, that's really all there is to it, and I feel like that's not made clear. People aren't making that clear. People are saying, like, there's loads of customization. There's a lot of there's a few wide bodies. I feel like
22
wide bodies. So there's 22 cars with the wide bodies and lots of rally customization, but doesn't really go much further than that. Obviously you got spoilers and shit, but like,
if you want me to be perfectly honest, with an array of 350 plus cars, I really don't care. Like, if it was just 100 cars and only 22 of them had wide bodies, and again, to me, I can't be upset about Forza not having wide bodies, even though it does. If it didn't, I wouldn't really be that deeply distraught about it, because I never expected it, because I've never experienced it on Forza. Obviously Need for Speed did it and it was great, but I've enjoyed Forza previously without extreme customization. So like 4, 3, Motorsport 3, Motorsport 4, and Horizon 1, 3 of my favorite racing games, and they had minimal customization on most cars, So now that they're coming with roof boxes and fucking, like, what is it, the things on the Utes,
the fucking barrier Mad Max things,
and stabilizers on the Reliant things like that. They're obviously laying back. You can say they're just following trends, but they're obviously listening to what some people are saying.
They're making an effort, don't get me wrong, but my point is more so that... because obviously, they're making an effort, but I think my point is more so that, like, people are expecting it to be next level customization, because a lot of people have been saying that.
They've seen it, though. Everything's kind of been revealed, so what are people expecting overly?
In terms of, they're expecting it to have more than just wide bodies. Like, I've seen people say they think underglow's in the game. I've seen that. Like, no, you're not getting underglow.
Idiots, because only idiots would think that.
I don't know. It's like, It is good. I feel like I do kind of wish. I still think track width should be a thing in Forza.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed that that's not a thing. I think
it's those things. Well, I could say I wish that you could have fucking photo mode online, which you can't. Why the fuck? Oh,
and the thing
so
that
annoying.
pisses me off the most is there's actually no full-on drift dedicated mode.
Yeah,
That is the most.
I'm sorry, it's very very addictive. That drift corner, I was on that.
I know. Again, I feel like
long.
the reason why it's so addictive is because it's the demo. You know what I mean? Because when there's so many around the map, you won't. I don't know. I know what you mean. Because I tried to keep. I kept trying to get 100,000. That was my goal. I couldn't do it. But like,
125, nigga. 125.
Fucking motherfucking sweat, nigga.
It's the competitiveness that I like about it. Not. I feel like I will go around the map and I will target certain ones and I'll try and beat the person on my friends list.
But it still doesn't substitute for a full-on drift mode.
Boy,
because like that's what I'm saying. Is like, if they were gonna do it, it made sense to do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say about any release, but like, I feel like, I don't know. I would have liked to say, because especially with the background it has, it's like it just made sense to do it. I don't know why they didn't do it. Like, imagine street drifting tracks, and like you got obviously like they basically do it how they do it in the motorsport series, and you just get points, and you've got to get a certain amount of points to get a certain amount of fans or some shit.
Yeah.
That would have been sick, but like instead they opted out for just corners, and I feel like again that would add to the whole experience. As where we were talking about this before we started recording, it's like with Forza, once you've done like the main thing, it's like what you gotta do now, more races, and there's no like.
But you see, I still stand by what I said, where that's how it goes in all racing games.
Because like in what I mean is like, for some racing games there's a story. I think Need for Speed the main thing was a story. The crew is just endless. Like that is something where you can sink so much time into. It's harder to unlock cars, so it takes longer to unlock cars. Unlike Forza, where you just get it instantly like that. And I feel like
what you see with Need for Speed and the story, which was extremely short and very hollow, in my opinion. What after that? Like I've had Need for Speed not a year now. It's not been a year yet, has it?
Well, okay, so this is the thing with Need for Speed. It's definitely died now, but once that finished, there was constant free updates. So you
how long?
You came back for the free updates.
Yeah, but you see how Horizon 2 is still going to this day. As a community. A lot of people still play Horizon 2, and a lot of people
still play Need for Speed as well, though. Like that can apply. Like obviously the hardcore people are always going to stay, but like in terms of progression, like it's like no new modes. Like you got a blueprint and stuff, but there's no actual new racing modes. And I thought that I don't know. I expected to see drag or drift like before launch, like before we saw anything. I was like, they definitely have to have a drift mode in there. I was like, that doesn't make sense not to have a drift mode. I'm happy that they've added corners and stuff, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
No.
And
I think like I said, that's the main thing that Forza suffers from. It's like, oh, once you finish the story, you now get Race Plus, which is the same thing, or whatever it's Festival Plus. Like, remember in Horizon 2? After you finish, you got the main story, but you got to control where you were going, which is basically this game. It's like, that's the main thing. I feel like the main thing with Horizon is this car list, and obviously now the wide bodies for the 30 cars. I think that's the main thing for me.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize there was a car. What the hell?
We're recording Drivecast.
When?
Now. Look in the chat.
Oh shit. That's shit. Hi.
Are you gonna join us, or are you gonna leave, or are you gonna turn your webcam on, or?
Yeah, well, let me put on a shirt first. So.
Oh my god,
fucking Christ!
This nigga, co-founder of Drivecast, literally just walked in.
This was literally like
let me put on his shirt.
This was going so smooth for the first 15 minutes, and then CJ joined in and was like, "Hi." It was like, shit. What were we even talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, I've lost.
You said no. You were gonna make a point about Horizon. Because I was saying stuff about the car list. I feel like the main thing about Ring Horizon is the car list. Everyone's attracted to the car list, and like that's what keeps people coming back. And obviously the map as well. I think the map's quite a huge thing, and even the playground games. But I know this is another thing I don't like. Is how in the multiplayer, it's not point based. It's still XP based.
That's a good thing, because I could stay at the back of the race and drift.
What's that? Takes the whole point in the fucking
Wait,
racing, though.
would that actually allow you to win?
Yeah,
Like the
you can
race?
win by just drifting in last place.
That kind of defeats the purpose of winning.
What's the
race.
fucking point in even racing then? Like, I might as well start fucking drifting everywhere, innit? That's pointless. That's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. I still don't.
Don't you get into like smashing into shit too?
Yeah, if you just smash into shit, do near misses and drift for a bit, you're gonna end up first. Like how? It doesn't make no sense, and that also makes undefeated harder too.
Regardless, no, not everyone knows about that. By the way,
Knows about what?
what I just said.
All right, I'll be right
That
back.
drifting at the end of the thing. Not everyone realizes
Why
that.
did he go?
There we go.
Not
I had to
everyone
reset my webcam.
realizes that's a thing you can do. I remember in Forza Horizon 2, no one ever put on, and when they did, they started ramming you.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's always been an issue with Forza. One good thing I'm glad about Forza is that non-contact's in.
Is it?
Well, it was in
Wait,
the last one.
it's always been in.
Yeah, so it was in the last one.
Oh, okay.
And like, I'm just,
I'm a dickhead.
I need a break from Need for Speed and ramming. I just need a break. I can't handle it anymore. It's actually got to the point now where like I can't do it. RSRs and ramming, I just can't do it. I need some non-contact.
So with all the negatives that you've been putting on the plate, is there a reason there's so many negatives? Even though, for me, the past couple of weeks of it being revealed, I've been extremely excited for Forza to the point where like I feel like
it's very samey. That's the only thing. It's very samey. Like, it's not going to be bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's very, like, it's just good. But it's nothing but good.
No, like
they didn't take any risks or anything. It's just like it's the same thing.
You don't want another Horizon 2 because where it was like fun at first, but then it just got boring. Like you want the game to live on.
Yeah, but it didn't
What's that got to do
have
with
a short lifespan. It didn't have a short lifespan for a racing game. It just
Well,
didn't.
compared to Horizon 1.
Horizon 1's lifespan wasn't that long.
What do you mean by that though? Because I don't think Horizon 2
I played
2
Horizon
lasted
1
to the
from
summer.
the absolute early access beginning of pre-ordering the game. I got it a day early. I played it all the way to more or less the end of its life cycle, the end of when people were playing it, which was like towards the end of last gen being the thing. And I can honestly tell you that it was more or less the same as Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 2, I wasn't there for the beginning of it. So for the first year of Forza Horizon 2,
I feel like Forza Horizon 2, it kept going until summer and then died at summer. No one really thought too much about it. Like people started playing other games in the summer. At least that's what I remember of it. People got bored.
Then again, that year you had Drive Club and the Crew come out. This year you only have Horizon really
What
and a Crew
audience are you
expansion.
looking at when you say that? Because there are obviously different people who play the game. It's not all one community. A lot with Forza.
I'm mainly talking about like a mix of YouTube, like going off like analytics and stuff, and then like actual friends who used to play it. Like a lot of people just kind of went off it, and they either lean more towards the Crew because that is definitely much more like you can it lasts a lot longer.
Yeah,
because of just how the type of game it is. But that's what I'm kind of basing it off is like my personal experience, like with friends and stuff who play it. And obviously the YouTube analytics, like
so
how views went down, and and it went down quite bad, especially in May. No one would watch Horizon. Everyone would want to watch something else at the time.
Right.
Then again, you had a lot more games coming out that year. So
but the thing is, Drive Club died like pretty much instantly.
But then again, that's still
because that was a fuckfest that launched. That didn't even work, and then the Crew's the only other game.
Yeah. But you still had a lot more overall. This year, the only racing game so far, like full racing game coming out this year, is Horizon 3. And so we're going to have to live with that a lot.
Is that a good or bad thing, though? Because that means that if you've got 3 games, you don't overplay the games as much. But if you've got one game, and there's only one game, you're going to be playing that a lot more. And that...
Aside from the Crew expansion, which doesn't seem to bring much to the table, Horizon's the only thing coming out, so that means that everyone's going to be playing that in terms of racing.
Do you not feel like Need for Speed, because that was kind of the only game that really came out last year, do you not feel like I feel like I overplayed that to the point where like...
Oh, hell yeah.
Because that was the only real game. Like, obviously, the Wild Run came out, but I didn't play too much of the Wild Run. I feel like I played Need for Speed too much, and I feel like Horizon, I've got no other choice but to play it too much because there's nothing out there. You know what I mean?
I never really got into Wild Run till Need for Speed started getting boring for me, which wasn't like to January, February, March. So it wasn't till then. So
like
really, Need for Speed, I just overplayed it.
The physics are better, and that's something which is definitely good. Like the fact you can actually fucking race rear-wheel drive cars, fucking finally. Like that's
Yep.
so something that's really important. And then like, I don't know. Obviously, like everything has been tweaked. The graphics. I'm not sure if you guys know. Have you
They
seen?
look great.
Have you seen the stars at night?
Sky,
The
yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was at that event and I just stepped back and I looked at the stars and it was madness. It looked
Yeah.
so nice.
I was I was like driving up a hill and you just see the sky. It just looked like
Especially
you were
when
there.
I had at the event, they had HDR on the things and stuff, and it genuinely makes a huge difference. It looks so much better, and like the blacks look blacker, and like it just the colors look more vibrant. It was so much better. But like, so you had that, and then obviously the car list is huge, so there's pretty much a car for everyone. And I don't know, I just
Integra.
kill yourself. Don't oh.
It sounds like you're very 50-50. I've just been sitting back.
No, I am.
It sounds like you're
It's
very
like-
50-50 on it.
Again, it's same Horizon. I don't know whether I'm gonna be playing it for too long because it's the same thing. I mean, like I have no other choice but to do so, but it's like I don't know. I played the demo and have a good time and like that's fine, but like I don't know. I don't get that tingly feeling that I had for Horizon 2 or Need for Speed.
Question, Cam. Did you pre-order the Ultimate Edition yet?
Yeah, it's preloaded.
Oh,
On my
wow.
Xbox.
Where'd you get the money? You had to sell your left testicle or something?
Got rid of my shifter,
Oh.
and that was like £100. So
Nick,
I got £100.
You're a
Oh, I also just want to add that your dorm room looks a lot like your room, like from home.
It does actually. I was thinking that the shape of it.
Yeah,
Exactly
it
the
does.
same.
Yeah,
It's not.
it does.
Well,
like,
It's
before you
not.
change-
It's not. I promise.
Before you put this desk across the room, like in 2015.
What, from my
before-
bed? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Before you moved before you moved your setup to the other side of your room, it looks like that. It looks the same.
Is that a good or a bad thing? I was saying earlier on to Jay that there's like people are awake watching films in your room, so if I do start going "fuck me," they can hear it because the walls are fucked. Like the walls are really thin.
It's a feature.
You should put a peephole in one of them and have a wank to people who are getting dressed.
And also, I was saying this. I need to be quiet because I don't want to say it's too loud. Because, like I said, the walls. I haven't bust in 2 weeks.
Then do it.
2 weeks. No, but like, I don't know. Because I don't know where my headphones are, so I can't play it out loud. I can't be like, oi. Fuck me. I can't, like, it's just awkward. I can't be like, sitting in my bed, like, listen to it out loud, like, that's
What,
that
you watch hentai?
pre-recorded shit, fam.
Lit.
But like, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm comfortable yet. Because I could use these headphones, but then I have to do it here, and that's just weird.
Okay.
I don't know, why are
You
we
guys
even
wanna-
talking about this? Why are we talking about me bussing?
Why? Pornography's a sin.
You wanted to elaborate on how you haven't bust in 2 weeks, which is a long time for a male.
It is a long time, it's like maintenance, like, it's...
Unless you get in that poo.
But I get
No.
no pom-pom, nigga. You don't realize, like, I'm getting 0 right now.
I haven't busted in 2 hours.
The thing
Right,
is, that's actually
so,
true. We didn't come with any topics. We were just going to talk about Horizon for the whole podcast.
Oh.
Also, if you guys are listening on Mixcloud, welcome.
Hey, you actually upload it to Mixcloud.
Nope,
If
fuck
you're
off. Don't
listening
even
on
fucking
FB.
talk to me on Mixcloud when you don't even upload this on your channel.
Well, I can't. I'm not really gonna do this episode because I came in late. I came in tardy. Sorry.
I've got to say that CJ's room looks really clean today.
Are you sure?
Right, never mind. Right, never mind. I thought it looked
Are you
fucking clean.
sure?
I was like, no, never mind. I'm trying to think
You
what
want to
else.
see, like, you want to see the dirty little cabinet thing I have my Xbox
I
on?
don't really give a shit, to be honest. It's gonna fucking overheat, but anyway.
Hey.
I'm trying to think about some more stuff we can talk about with Horizon. I don't know what there is.
You got it.
What else is there that we haven't
Just
already
bust-
talked about?
Just bust a move.
Because we talked about customization.
Do we talk like what song? We can talk about what songs we're putting on our
Ooh, we can
music
talk about the
thing.
fucking soundtrack. That's one thing that Horizon
Yeah.
always does well. They've never had a band sound. Like Horizon 2 wasn't
Horizon
memorable.
2.
Horizon
was
2
shit.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't memorable, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like Need for Speed is shit.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that
Minus
is-
Night Riders, go.
But even in the fucking actual game at the
25 Reasons.
That's I don't know what the fuck that shit.
It's one of the drift songs. What's that one that they used in one of the
Go
trailers? It's like a rocky
push
song.
it by Someone T.
Push It by Pusha T.
Ooh,
Push It by Pusha T,
Junior
that's
Prom.
it.
What's that song by Junior Prom? That's
See,
a good
all these
one.
like Junior Prom BS. It's not doesn't deserve a Need for Speed game. It's just fucking BS.
And
But Horizon 3, like Bass Arena, is actually sick.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Block Party. Besides, there's a few good songs in there, but it's pretty much shit.
There's
all of it.
Beastie Boys, Young MC. Those are the only two good songs.
It's not
I
really a
feel
rap
like
radio station. Hip hop.
I feel like I'm just gonna use groove music a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still using Spotify, you know, because effort to use Groove.
What, you can use Spotify with it?
No, just on my computer.
Oh, it is.
It's like I don't
It
think you
does-
need to download it, and I use Spotify, so like I ain't gonna download songs. I just use Spotify normally.
I actually have like 30 songs already on my Groove Music thing.
I feel like I
Well,
listened to Bass Arena for the first few months because there's a lot of the songs on Bass Arena are actually really good.
What
I mean,
probably
that
gonna,
would be the. Sorry, Karen, go on.
all right, what I'm probably gonna end up doing is probably just nitpicking all the songs I like from the radio station, just putting them in my Groove Music station, plus all the songs that I like.
No one said this. How can you actually play when you put it in Groove? Does it play through the actual festival itself as well?
That's what they. No, they did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
it-
like when you go to your friends' festivals, I still don't know how that works out when you go to other friends' festivals. That it
Fucking
plays.
we're gonna go to see
those
this festival. It's
music.
gonna be like kill all niggas, kill all niggas.
No,
Oh,
you're just
fuck
gonna hear
me.
Slipknot. Just
No,
Slipknot.
Cam, you know what you said about it being effort.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be worth it? You said, "Are you gonna listen to it for a month? Probably listen to the normal stuff for a month.
Yeah.
Then after you're done, well, you wouldn't need to do that if you had Groove Music set up because you could just switch.
Yeah.
If you want to
Or I
listen to
can
your own
just,
shit.
for me, because I've got 2 monitors, so I just put it on here quickly.
Then again, with Groove Music, if you don't want the problem with downloading MP3 files is, especially if you get them off YouTube, is a lot of the songs sound different in like their gains.
Volumes, pitches, and like
But-
as well for Spotify, everything's just the same.
I mean, I have a program that like you can put a bunch of files in and it just sets it to one gain, so it all sounds like the same volume. That's what I had to do with Grand Theft Auto
That's
5.
so
So that's
much
what
effort though. Like
It's
Yeah,
literally
that
a
is-
few it's a few mouse clicks and that's it.
But you gotta install it and shit and find out like, or I could just literally just click on Spotify and choose that.
It's like a program that takes like 5 seconds to install.
It's still you still got to do it though. It's I'm not you got to download the song and then you've got to like equalize it, which is BS, and then you've
You
got
can
to put
al-
it into Groove and upload it, and that's more effort. When I can just play a song on Spotify.
What like
It's, I'm like if you are in a situation where you're in the living room and you know like maybe you're sharing a TV with your family, I completely get where Groove comes from, and that's like I get that. But for me, in the situation I'm in, it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the radio stations, regardless, Horizon 1's still my favourite, but I think Horizon 3's genuinely got some really good songs. I think it might take it. But
Hey, you know
Horizon
what's
1 soundtrack was
people
sick.
can do? They can download our podcast and listen to it in Groove Radio.
Imagine
Like
going to
Horizon.
someone's fucking festival and just hearing like, "Hunt me, fuck me, Daddy better make me choke." That's fucked. That's fucked still.
Best game.
Huh?
So
More Need for Speed should be taking some notes here because I want a game where I can put my own music in and just have fuck me.
well, you have
This is coming from the guy who said he wanked 2 hours ago.
you can have Magnus. You can have Magnus Walker. Just talking in that set. So.
What, in the cutscene you got Magnus Walker like dancing to fucking Skepta?
Oh, mate, I've seen you around. Great moves.
Dun, 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 dun. That'd be
What's that
hilarious.
dance he does in the Shutdown music video? It's like his eyes are closed and he's like that or something. I don't know what he does. It's weird. But
So, let's have a talk about Need for Speed 2017. The game that has not yet been revealed to the world. That is definitely under construction. And if it isn't, then boy, it's gonna be soon, Daddy. It probably, it is definitely. It's probably been under construction since like the middle of Need for Speed 2015's life.
since they
So,
halted Need for Speed
That's
2015.
probably no, because they said that was why they said we're gonna stop
Yeah.
doing the free DLC so we can focus on the next game.
So
And then everyone
with-
got triggered.
with
so.
that, they have assured us. I remember the last Under the Hood they put out. They assured us that the next game will be miles ahead of what the last game was. But I'm scared. See where you're comfortable with Need for Speed now. I'm not.
I have faith that Ghost will be good.
I have faith that they'll
yeah.
give us a game.
The reason why I have such faith is because I thought the series was dead after Rivals. like completely gone. I thought it was never gonna come back alive. I have seen the series literally, like I'm sure I can agree with a lot of people. I've seen it when it was right at its bottom, and now it's not anymore. And like when we were all hyped last year, that wasn't just because of the game we were getting. That's because of the future we're getting as well, and the way they're listening. And I remember when Ghost didn't even use, like, it didn't feel like they were listening to anyone. They were just doing what they wanted to do, and like I don't feel like it's gonna be an issue. I like they listen. They listen to the fan.
All right then. So next year, if there are things that are missing, essential things that they should have fixed or added or whatnot, what I don't know. I feel like
I don't think there's gonna. I feel like obviously there's gonna be a few things. Like I feel like non-contact won't be a thing. I feel like little things like that won't be a thing. But that's not something you can't fix in a patch. And I also don't feel like
the cops you can't fix in a patch.
Yeah, but that's something they know that's fucked. Like
yeah, they know that.
That's something which you can tell by just playing the game. Is that's fucked, and that'll get fixed. But like I don't think that it will get to the point where there's big glaring issues which are like I don't know. I just have faith in Ghost. I feel like having seen the comeback, the difference between Rivals and 2015 is huge, and I feel like if they take that and do it with the next one with the platform they already have, I'm not worried. I don't feel no way. I feel like they're gonna go in big, especially having seen that Horizon's getting 9s and 10s and 8s and stuff.
Yeah. And a 2 out of 5 from that one review site.
They're gonna fucking kick up their game, you know, because now they've got competition. They've got proper
I was
competition.
also saying this to I was saying this to my friend again earlier. The fact that there is now 2 racing games that we currently have in the 3.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but now because Horizon's also on Windows 10 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, Need for Speed. Now, right, if you look back at Forza Horizon 2 and Forza Motorsport 5 and 6, all the next gen Forzas, even Horizon 1, if you want to go back a bit. If you look at the competition they had, well, there wasn't really any.
No.
Most
Gran Turismo was the only actual competition for Forza, and that was shit. So like, whatever.
In terms of sales, they did have Need for Speed around Horizon 1.
I'm not talking about sales at all. I know sales has a big part. We've had this discussion before. I'm talking about a game that has.
In terms of quality, they really didn't have any. I mean, well, in my opinion, I do like. Of course, I've said this many of times. I like Most Wanted 2012, but it hails in comparison to Horizon 1.
I've said this many a times.
Many a time.
I've said this many a times.
But now, Need for Speed 2015, they came with the wide body, the customizable. Okay, the game wasn't, it wasn't extremely strong, but it was definitely a milestone in Need for Speed's cycle. No one can deny that. If you want to call the game shit, oh no, 350. Oh, why crash cam, CJ? You know. If you don't be a child and look past that, then you know that it had a very, very meaningful mark, I think. And
of course it did what your game couldn't at Need for Speed.
I'm talking about Need for Speed, you dickhead.
I know.
Now that's there. That obviously made Playground and Turn 10 kind of
wake up.
Look. They looked at it and they thought, wow, okay, we didn't have that in our last game, so we should definitely try and put that in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And then, no, we're not negative in here. This is a positive discussion.
That's what I mean. It's like
good vibes. We need positive. We need good vibes here.
Positive vibes, guys. But no, say like they've seen that, and now Forza's done that, and now they're gonna look at what it's like. The bouncing off each other, and that's what I feel was missing in past years. I feel like
I realize that's the reason why Horizon 2 dropped off a bit. Like It wasn't as good as expected because they didn't have anyone to look at. You know what I mean? They don't have anyone to look at.
Do you think the next Forza is going to be Horizon? Do you think this is a bit mad? It's not even out yet properly. Do you think the next Forza will be Horizon 4?
Not the next
Forza.
No, do you think the next Horizon, it's
on a 2-year they're on cycles, so yeah. It goes Motorsport, Horizon, Motorsport, Horizon.
So because they're on interchangeable, I'm not talking about if it will be that game. I'm talking about if they will. Do you think it will switch up to a different type of game or? you think
Nah,
they'll
it'd be
come
the
with
same.
Horizon 4?
I'm not sure.
It doesn't make sense for them not to because it's doing so well.
Yeah.
I think the fourth game in the series is definitely a comfortable position after this as well. The success of this game, which
If
it
they
is
want to
going
get people hyped, they should do an illegal street racing game.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Is because that is
Horizon
so
X. Horizon X.
Horizon X. They could
Horizon
that would
X.
get people so hyped.
Imagine
'Cause
Horizon
that's car
X
culture.
is-
Like if you look at the people that usually comment on videos and like the Forza community,
They're not those type of people. Are
Imagine
They
if
are.
Horizon.
They
Imagine
are.
if
They are.
car
They are.
culture is like a lot of what car culture is now in terms of popularity and stuff. Like I know Horizon's mainly aimed towards everyone, but there's still ways you can put like off-road and stuff in there. You can still do it. Like it just depends how you design everything. But I think yeah, definitely. I think you
Imagine
can do it.
Horizon X being like an illegal street racing game set in Japan, like a night.
See now you're getting over your head, mate. That's not gonna happen. What I'm saying
Well,
is you
yeah,
could,
I know,
you could
but
still
just
you can have
imagine.
imagine an underground festival, basically the same concept of Horizon, but it's a bit more gritty.
Mhm.
And that could work really well. I think that would be genuinely
A
really
bit
good.
like the way Pro Street is.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
That's
Except
still
open world and like a bit more illegal in terms of
Yeah,
like
it
there's actual
definitely
like
it has
stuff.
a place, but you can say that about a lot of things though. Like it just takes those creative directors to.
But I don't feel like they're at the point. I feel like they're at the point now where they need an open world game to sell on the Xbox that is open to everyone.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the main issue is that they don't have that creative freedom because the Xbox is so far behind. They need at least one racing game, and it can't be specific like Need for Speed is, or even the Crew to an extent. It has to be open to everyone.
Yeah,
And they can't do that because that's a sales mistake. Because if they stop doing Horizon, which is an open game, and you got your off-roading cars and your classic cars, and if they stop doing that and they just make it car culture, you're still missing out on a market, and they can't do that.
Mhm.
No, they could implement everything in there if they did it properly. No doubt.
But like Horizon's
they could
thing,
Then
definitely
again-
still have an illegalish game.
Well, going one on Cam's. Oh, sorry, you finish.
I'm done.
All right, going one on Cam said, like you know how the Xbox is far behind the PS4. Well, the PS3 was in the same position compared to the Xbox 360,
It wasn't
and you
this
can
bad.
see. Well, it still was like they were
because
behind.
I'm pretty sure what PS4 is going to be oversell the PS2 soon.
Well, what I mean, that's not even the point of what I'm trying to bring, but basically, the PS3 in their games lineup, you could see when they were trying to catch up to the Xbox 360, a lot of their games were a lot more generic in type of like the games they were bringing out, like the exclusives and stuff. And then as they got closer to the Xbox 360 in terms of sales, is when they started experimenting more with their games. If you know what I mean.
I don't think Ford's going to experiment. Personally,
I doubt
can't
it,
see
but
I
that's
feel
what
like
Sony.
Motorsport will say the
does.
same, Horizon will say the same, and that is what I don't know. I feel like again, if they were going to do something, they would have done it by now. And I also feel like Japan, I don't why it doesn't make sense to me still. And the map's okay, and the map's really good. The map's one of the strongest points in the game. Japan, man, like I had such expectations to see Japan in Horizon 3. Such expectations. Because it just fits
any
so well.
expectations. It would have been great, but boy, nah.
You know, like
Australia. It's not even that far away.
it's like Japan would have actually been like a great place for a test drive unlimited game, because you know how they set their games on islands like Hawaii and Izbizda. I don't know how to say it.
Sorry?
Business the business.
What did you just say? Ibizda? Whoa.
Izbizda. I don't know.
Ibiza.
Ibiza, whatever. Ibiza, they could have had one on Japan for like a third game, but then needed.
Izbizda, that's my fucking title, you know.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Izbizda, what the fuck?
Sorry, I'm not from Izbizda, so.
Kaluki.
Hold up. I'm gonna take my Kaluki to Ibiza.
Also, Jay, when I was saying Bazoku in that video, that was a joke.
Was it?
That was a joke. Because I saw your comment, I didn't know whether it was serious or not. That was a joke. I was taking the piss.
How do you say it?
Bazoku.
No, Bozozoku.
Bozoku.
Bozozoku.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was Bazoku. That's not even that bad though. Bazoku.
Hey Cam,
And
I'm-
he said something wrong as a gaming video. I can't remember what it was. It was funny. It made me giggle.
Was the video laggy for you?
Sort of. There was loads of frame.
Yeah.
drops.
Okay. I was just asking because I was watching it back. I was like, huh? That must be YouTube because it wasn't my render things. Anyway, that's off top of that. We don't need to talk about.
hey Cam, I'm loving your CCTV filter on your one webcam.
It actually looks like a CC. Looks like a dash cam.
Shall I give you guys a quick exclusive tour of the crib? You know, I'm gonna do it on my laptop because that's probably the easiest thing. I'm gonna give you.
Hold on. This is the question. How's the bed? Because
It's actually really nice. It's genuinely really good, yeah. I almost lost my passport, basically because I haven't got any idea. I've only got a passport, and I almost lost it on the
You're an
second
idiot.
night. And I was like, shit. Well, I need it because I haven't got like anything else. Because I had to give. Obviously, when I passed my test, you have to give your provisional in.
you're mad taking your passport. I would never do that.
I've got no other choice. What else would I do?
Hey, Cam, you have a debit card.
No, you have to give your
Shit, you
provisional.
have to give
Once
it
you
in.
pass, you got to give it in. So I can only take a passport, and they don't accept anything else. They only passports and driving license.
But
Anyway, I'm gonna give you exclusive. Oh, this is weird. This is so weird. Okay, it's really messy. I do apologize. This is a first. I'm showing you guys before I'm showing anyone else. So, take this out. So, this is my view of what I'm seeing of you guys.
got a Jew mother.
Got a jewel monitor nigga. I'm the only nigga that's got jewel monitors up in this bitch. And then you go.
Excuse me?
You got.
Wait, what?
I'm
What?
talking about
What?
you. I'm
Hold
talking
on,
about.
what?
I'm talking about
What?
university, you prick. I'm talking about university.
Okay, I was just about to.
I got my shit over here, and that's cool, nigga. And then I got my PC on the side, as you can see right now.
I hope you spelled toothpaste on
I
it.
need you to look at me. And then we got the printer on the floor, nigga, and I got loads of cables and shit on the floor, nigga. I need to keep looking where I'm going right now. And then I got my subscribe pillar, cause you know when these bitches coming up in this bitch, nigga, I be like, you need to motherfucking subscribe to Straight Up Hippo. And then there's a door, and someone's gonna walk in now, and I'm gonna have this boy in the door.
You know they've got cups to the fucking. Not even cups because they're apparently really paper thin. They just got their ear to the fucking wall, thinking about what.
Yeah, fam.
this fucking
Don't need to
package-
You
watch
should
it
just soundproof your entire room, and then
I
when
genuinely
you
need
leave, just
to
keep
get
the
some of that
soundproofing there.
soundproofing stuff. I genuinely actually need to get some of that.
And just leave it once you leave.
What's the
Leave it
Asian
there.
boy doing?
hi.
You better not be chopping up a dog
Oh,
in
he's
there.
fucking again. Fucking himself. Also, I want to say genuinely, the last episode of Drivecast was genuinely one of my favourites. Like I listened to it back because you guys said it was shit, and I thought it was fucking amazing.
What
happened?
It was like blueprints. That still makes me laugh. That's hilarious. I don't know why it's not funny, but it's actually hilarious. And I don't know. And it got loads of views as well. I got like 500. I think that's because I labelled it the best episode.
Just
It
name
did
every
really well.
episode the best episode.
Everyone. No, I'm causing this one is Izbizda. That's what he'd been decided.
Zubu.
Right, we've got 15 minutes left. Should we start answering Q&A questions? I don't think we're going to have many. But
Yes,
we can go,
we
go
should.
for it. Where's my
Yes,
phone?
we should answer the Q&A questions.
This is probably the fastest phone fucking Drivecast in a while.
Yeah, it is.
The last couple of Drivecasts feel like we've had to burn time and stuff, but this one,
We've got
Don't
15
pass.
minutes left, so we've still got like a while.
15, 1 5.
15 years ago, I was 1 year old.
If I was horny, I wouldn't even watch porn. I'd just wank off to Drivecast.
That anyway. Someone commented on the last Drivecast, will you get rid of Jack?
Yes. Soon.
No.
We will.
Eventually. Don't need you
No.
here.
Never. I add quality to these
Good,
podcasts.
yeah. Izbizda, okay, then Kaluki.
You don't want insurrection to this podcast. I swear to God, I'll fucking chop your nuts off.
Imagine if your parents died in case CJ's left because you're a fucking retard. And left all their money, stuff, cars, house, everything in your hands. What would you do with it?
How would you get a car in your hands?
I would, like, just keep it. And he says, and he goes, would you sell... This is to me specifically. He goes, "Would you sell your dad's Porsche for an R32?"
Oh,
Is he really asking me what I would do with what my mum's left behind? I
Yeah.
don't. That is. What the fuck?
I didn't even read that comment.
That is a deep
And-
question. How do I answer?
I didn't
Um,
even read that comment. There's something in my newest video about you selling your dad's Porsche for an R32.
If my dad died, I would not sell his car. I'd keep it. Does that make sense?
You put a R32 body kit on it.
I'd keep it in pristine condition. I'd garage it, and I'd take care of it because that's sentimental, isn't it?
I don't know how to answer that because I don't like to think about things like that.
I like to think about death. I like to fuck dead babies.
There's a subreddit for that.
The worst part for me is these fucking walls are paper thin. Someone's said that right now, and I'm gonna have to pay the consequences tomorrow, but it's fine. I'll do
I like to
anything.
fuck. You just said I like to fuck.
The
For
things
your-
I do for YouTube, fam.
Cam, for your dorms, isn't there like a person that like patrols the rooms and shit? Cause they have those in
What
American
country do you think
universities.
We live in? What? We don't live in fucking your fucking shitty country. What the fuck?
well,
I
not
genuinely
patrol,
feel
but they-
like screaming, "Daddy better make me choke," but I know people are asleep and I'm not gonna do it. Just to prove that there's no fucking patrols. Anyway, next question. From Zane Plays Dead 3. The question is, what games will you be picking up this year besides racing games?
Your mom.
Are any of you
Alright.
guys picking up Mafia 3 or Battlefield 1,
Yes.
for example?
I am
Battlefield
picking
one.
up Mafia 3 because
Nigga, I'm gonna try and cap
game.
Battlefield 1 and I'm gonna try and cap the South Park Fractured But Whole. Nigga, because that shit looks hilarious. I also want to try
Hey.
Recall as well.
I've heard about
I
that. I
I don't know when I'm gonna try. I want to try that one. That looks entertaining.
I definitely want to
in
get
a-
Battlefield. I definitely want to get Watch Dogs. That's about it, actually. I think those three. And then
In addition
Also-
to Mafia,
someone gave me a code to basically, some developer for some indie game gave me a code to a game called X Module, and basically it's a customization based racing game where you can create, you know those mad concept cars you get.
Mm.
You can do that, and that might be coming out, and that genuinely looks quite good. quite
games. In addition to Mafia 3, I'm probably gonna get Battlefield 1, Civilization 6. What else is there?
Fucking
I pre-ordered
disgusting.
Watch Dogs 2 already. The Crew, of course, and I actually have a list on my
I don't even know-
desktop
I'm not-
here.
The Crew. I don't
What
I'm
else?
I'm not
Well, aside
feeling
from
it.
that, and
You know what I mean?
uh,
Like the
yeah.
the whole expansion thing. Like, it's dead now.
yeah,
I don't
well,
even know if I want to buy it.
What they try to do is like they're trying to be the World of Warcraft of racing games, and it's
No,
not going to
They
work.
need to stop doing that. And what
Yeah.
they need to do is, I
No,
hope
they
they're
don't.
working on number 2.
No, because they've said it's an MMO. They said this since the start. That
Yeah.
it's an MMORPG.
Well,
they just
alright
need to
then.
make it a
Alright
good
then.
expansion.
Don't stop the expansions. But work on a different game. Come on now. I'm sorry. You can defend it all you want. Oh, they give us free things, whatnot. Okay, cool. I appreciate
don't.
that. That's
They don't.
cool. Well,
Really?
they do, don't they?
They
They
do.
do. They give a free car every month,
Oh shit, that's
which
right.
seems to be a big thing. But they give it in Forza. They give a free car every DLC.
Oh shit, that's right.
Also,
What?
you gotta keep in mind with that is like it's DLC. That's
No,
more
but you
locked
get a
off
free
stuff.
car. You get a free car. You don't have to pay for. You don't
Yeah,
have to
I
put in
know.
Any credit card
But
details
there's,
every
like-
month. Every time there's a DLC out for Forza Motorsport
Yeah, there's
6
only
or
one.
Horizon 2, there's one free car in it. Now, I'm not saying that makes the DLC fine, but what I'm saying is it can counter argue against the Crew doing it.
But the thing is the Crew, like, it's like you're not missing out on anything else. And the thing is with the Crew, it's like it is an MMORPG. That's what they said since day one.
Yeah.
The reason it's going to like it's like Need for Speed World, except with a bit more support because
Well,
they've got a bit more money.
I just want to warn them that is a very dangerous move.
It's not because the game is still very live.
MMORPGs are on like such a
Every
new
game
type.
has an MMORPG kind of element to it
Yeah, but Warcraft.
nowadays.
If you look at Warcraft, World of Warcraft, that thing's been around since.
Yeah, but it's not obviously to that extent. It's going to last
Exactly,
maybe a few
so
more years.
I'm saying
They're going to
they're
run it
trying
into
to
the
do.
ground.
They're trying
The
to
whole
do that
point-
with a car game, but it's gonna die.
The
It's
whole
not
Yeah.
gonna
point,
last.
the whole point in MMORPGs is to run them into the ground till they're dead and then do a new one. That's literally the point.
Alright then, whatever. Cool. That's a very, to me, in looking at that, that's a stupid business plan. Stupid. Like, come on, man, just make a different game. I want the Crew to.
And
I
also,
wanna
they've,
play
they've
the
been
Crew, I
working on
wanna
this game
enjoy
for
it.
7 years, 8 years. I keep that in mind too. It's like this isn't this isn't like a Forza or a Need for Speed thing where this was
Constant
this
excuses.
was almost 10
Just
years
sounds
worth of
like
work.
excuse.
It's not. It's
Like,
10 years worth of work. It's not 2 years worth
Then
of work.
again, now that they have all that work, they have the assets to create a new game.
It's still 10 years though. That's
10
is a
years
long
worth
fucking
of
time.
work. The only thing I can see from that is the size of the map. If you want me to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest with you, the
And-
content of the game is not It's not spectacular. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go nice on the. No,
I feel
don't
like
think-
there's a lot of content in that game.
no,
Like
I can't find it.
minus
I
the
can't-
modes. Like I feel like
PvP isn't
even
PvP reasonably new as well.
The PvP has been in that game since day one.
Was it?
yeah.
Was it in a different form? Because I'm tripping.
Not
like,
really.
Maybe like
the
3
base
months.
mode was the same, but then they added more modes and they added like a random skip thing and
Right,
yeah,
so why
they
did
just added
so
more
those 10 years of development? Why didn't they do it then?
what do you mean?
Why were these modes not there? If it's 10 years of development, you're telling me it's 10 years
Because
of
of
development.
how big the map is. And
Well,
also
that's
another
to
thing was
make
that is they were jumping off consoles. So they originally the game was supposed to come out on 360.
Right.
And
Well,
then they
did.
had to and PS3, but then they had to do it for the one as well because they were late, like making the game.
Yeah.
So then they had to cope with that, and that obviously takes a while because then you have to redo all the textures and shit. And then on top of that, they were still doing all the Wildwind textures as well because they were working on that for a while.
Yeah.
It may sound like excuses, but it's like genuine, like actual things, like that actual matter. Like the map in itself is a whole game. Like you could spend hours just cruising around. I remember like before. I don't play the cruise so much nowadays, but I like before I used to get my wheel out and I'd just use the cruise because it's just you could get lost.
The map for me just feels too samey.
If you just turn off the hood and just or turn off the hood, sorry, and just go around the map, you can genuinely get lost in that game.
True.
And it's the way they do DLC
here's
as well.
an interesting question. You rate Forza Horizon 3 7.
I give the cruise 6.
10
In
years of
terms-
work is 6.
I
You
mean,
like
it's,
it in
yeah, it's
yourself.
10 years of work, but like I still give it 6. I play more Forza than I do the crew.
Right
That's
now,
Okay.
for me, Horizon's like a solid 8 right now, and then the Crew's like a 5.
I can't rate Horizon 3 yet. If I'm rating it off what I've seen and the thing, just by looking and playing it a little
Yeah.
bit, I'd probably give it about an 8.
Just from the
very-
demos so far.
I'm just
First
really
impression
relieved.
7. First impressions is a 7 so far.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like street racing. No one's covered street racing yet, so I want to see what that's all about. I want to see if it's got that vibe that Horizon 1 had,
Yeah.
and I need to play it for a bit longer because we're still in that honeymoon period.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what you say. Your opinions will be drastically different in 4 months' time.
Yeah.
Because I remember Horizon 2. I was fucking hyped for that game. Like
Yeah, we remember. I
Madness.
remember.
and like
I remember your demo video. You're like, whoa!
and looking back at that after the honeymoon period, it was not the same. So I feel like it will change.
Like with the Crew is a fine example. Like we were all like, oh shit, the Crew's out.
People were
Woohoo.
saying that the crew is going to be the next fucking Need for
I
Speed Most
didn't.
Wanted.
I didn't. I was like, this is before I was even on YouTube when I saw that E3. It was the same year Horizon 2 was shown, wasn't it? Was it?
It was revealed the year before, I think.
Yeah, it was
The
revealed.
one was in the same year as Horizon. I mean,
It came
The
out in
Crew
the same
came out
year,
the
but it was
same year.
revealed earlier.
It was reviewed like a year and a half before it came
was
out.
it, all right then. It was shown at E3. At E3 though, the next year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
E3
where I saw. That's
E13.
where I first saw the game's actual like. I heard about it on the internet, but I wasn't really into looking into gaming like that. I wasn't as into it as I am now, so I just didn't really bother. But when I saw that being shown, I was like, okay. I thought actually at first one before I saw like, did you? I thought it was Need for Speed. I swear I was tricked into thinking it was Need for
And that's
Speed.
another thing, is like back when that came out, Need for Speed was nowhere to be seen. You gotta keep that in mind. There was literally no open world illegal races. That was the only one.
And then
And the cops in fucking the crew are still better than Need for Speed.
Hey.
the cops did they even do anything?
You can get into
On the-
genuine pursuits on the crew, yeah.
You can.
yeah.
That happened. Yeah, happened.
But
In
you
the
have to
racing-
initiate it
In
because,
the
like,
in the racing though, like in actual races, they're scripted, but you can actually get into car chases like on your own. Which is kind of disappointing that in the actual racing, cops don't really come after you. I mean, they do, but it's just scripted. They don't
They
actually
can now.
chase you.
They
Well,
can now with an
No, that's
additional
just
20
that's
pounds.
that's just smashing crates in the middle of the road, and then
I still don't get why fucking so many YouTubers have got like so many fucking bad YouTubers got Forza really. It don't
Knowing-
make no sense.
did any
Oh.
racing YouTubers get it early?
Loads did.
Huh? What do you mean? Did any racing get?
I don't
The
know. I
only
mean-
people who got it early, you couldn't.
Oh, I thought he was referring to like COD YouTubers and like T Martin, because I
No,
knew
like,
T Martin got like,
really, like
shit.
loads of small channels and channels that don't produce good content have got it. Like really, we're at the point now in the podcast where if you're listening, you're a hardcore nigger, so it's fine. I don't care. But like,
Like,
it's.
who are you referring to?
But I'm not gonna fucking say on the podcast, am I?
I would.
Retard. And I know I'm not going to say to you because you just splurt shit all the time. Started talking about some fucking other podcast last week. I don't even know. Like saying that we were talking shit. Okay, cool. I don't care. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No, I never even heard these niggas before.
I'm
Like,
sick.
You just speak shit all the time.
I scared shit out of my ass.
But what was I even saying? Should we talk about why Speedway isn't here?
We never actually
Because
did.
we never
said-
addressed that, and I feel like
Yeah.
he hasn't
Yeah,
addressed it either.
He did.
We
He
didn't
said
address why he wasn't here. I
No.
swear we
Yeah,
have.
No, we haven't.
And
We did like when he not officially.
Have you noticed that also he's working on using After Effects but hasn't uploaded any videos? But essentially, we have another chat and he's working out on After Effects but he's not making any videos. So essentially, the reason why he's not in is because he's very busy, basically. That's like the best way to, that's a simplified way to do it. He says he's very busy and like you kind of noticed that especially in like the last, let's say 10-ish episodes, he kind of like sizzled away. And it's hard trying to fucking organise this. As you know, CJ wasn't even supposed to be on this episode, but he just decided to come in halfway through. And it's like, now I'm not on holiday anymore. So, and then obviously Jay's not on holiday anymore. And, well, we're all basically back to work/school. So it's harder to do everything. And then Speedway, it was already hard to organise shit when we were off anyway. And he wouldn't turn up. And I don't know, maybe he's just not as dedicated to YouTube anymore. Maybe he doesn't like it anymore. But essentially, that's why he's left, is because he doesn't have that passion for it, I don't think, anymore. I think that's the best way to put it, like, just bluntly. And, like, it's a shame because, like, we kept saying to him, like, yeah, you should carry and go for it. But it doesn't seem like he wants to. Probably the best way of saying it.
He also has a GF now, so
That's nothing to do with it. Well, I mean, it does. But
I don't know. That he's always talking about it, so I
Right,
figured that was like
yeah,
a
that's
point.
personal stuff that you don't need to mention on Drivecast.
Well, no, he said anyway.
Yeah, still my point applies. And that's why he's not in. Essentially, it's basically because he's more interested in making sure his in real life shit is keeping going and stuff. And he's going through a tough time as well. Because we didn't address that, so
Yeah, we
I know
should've.
it's quite late on in the podcast, but like I'm sure anyone who actually cares has probably stayed on for this long. Anyway, we have 2 more minutes. Has anyone else got any more Q&A questions?
No.
Satan.
Wait, do I? No.
Oh boy, I've got to be up in 5 hours.
All right, here's a
Where
question.
you have?
Here's
Where do
a
you have to
question.
go?
When do you think something for Need for Speed 2017 will be rumoured?
May.
April next year.
Rumored, maybe, but they
it
don't
was-
announce it till May.
It was last year, wasn't it? It was April last year.
May.
No, it was April because it was very late April, early May. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was late. It was like May 20. I know because May 21st is when they had that little. No, a couple days before May 21st, they had a picture that leaked where if you made the picture brighter, it would say May 21st, and then May 21st.
Yeah, shit, yeah, of course. Yeah, so yeah, it'd be like mid-May. Maybe a bit earlier,
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends.
Yeah.
Also, if you could give EA a license for any car company, like exclusivity, who would you give to them?
None.
Ford.
I wouldn't.
That'd be funny.
I want them to have Vauxhall. That'd be hilarious. Imagine if Corsairs were exclusive to Need for Speed. And like you could like slam it and do wide bodies and shit. That'd be fucking amazing.
Imagine if they had a license like Ford, so all
No, I'd
other like
legit-
racing games
I'd
could have
legit,
Ford.
If I could have one, I'd give Ferrari. You know.
Oh,
That'd be
you
fucking
give them
hilarious.
Give him a company that won't let him do anything to their cars.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Every
Uh-oh,
Ferrari on
this,
there.
this Ferrari is the wrong shade of red. You're getting sued, bitch.
That'd be actually be hilarious.
There'd be every Ferrari, but no upgrades.
Customization, like you'd have the fucking F40 with no Liberty Walk kit.
Nothing.
Anyway, with that being said, that is the end of Drivecast episode 85.
Whoa!
We getting close to that 100,
whoa.
nigga. We're getting close to that 1000. So I'm a holla at you right now, and we're gonna go, nigga. We're gonna have a good time. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. If CJ has put the links down in the description, I'm gonna go to bed because I need to wake up as well tomorrow morning. Is there any last words before we leave? Daddy better make me choke. Walk on.
Whoa!
Trust me, daddy.